Hello, this is Chaplain Claudia Cohn from NYC Health and Hospitals, Kings County. Welcome to episode 9 of the meditation series. And now let us meditate on these words. I commute to Brooklyn from my Manhattan home every workday via the 2 train. On my walk to the station in the morning, I pass a man who lives on the heating grate outside of the Victoria's Secret store. This man has lived here on a pile of blankets for at least 5 years. That is when I first took note of him. At various times, I have tried to speak with him, offer him food or clothing, worried about him when the winter nights drop down to freezing temperatures. He accepts nothing. No food, no parcel, nor conversation will tempt him. He wants only to be left alone. And clearly, he finds his way to survive. Every day when I pass him, I feel a mixture of concern, guilt when I compare my easy life with his hardship, and frustration at all the people who walk past and avoid acknowledging him. It is not easy to engage with this man with his defenses and a way of life so opposite to mine. Nevertheless, I am determined to acknowledge that I see him and greet him even while he ignores me, and to offer him my prayers for well-being and peace. Yesterday, I passed his corner and saw him leaning into a rubbish bin near the street. He's looking for food, I thought, feeling sad at the idea of his scrounging for food. Digging deeper, he grabbed something and straightened up, unwrapping a discarded bit of hamburger. Carefully, he peeled away the paper, pulled up the soggy bits of bread, and tucked all the rest away in a pocket. As I watched, he stepped over to the edge of the sidewalk and proceeded to crumble the bread into small pieces, scattering them on the sidewalk. A flock of gray and white pigeons fluttered over immediately to eat the crumbs. They were joined quickly by starlings, sparrows, and a blue jay. I looked at the man. He brushed his hands to give every bit of bread to the birds. This is compassion, I thought, as I watched. This is a man who has nothing, asks for nothing. Still, he finds a way to give to others. Watching him, I felt humbled by his generosity, his obvious delight in giving to other beings. Around us, the usual crowds of people hurried past, walking up and down the street, rushing in or out of the station. I stood and watched this raggedly dressed man as he watched the birds until all the food was eaten, the birds moved off, and the man went back to sitting on his pile of blankets on the heating grate. Sometimes I am startled by the arrival of a teacher, such as this one, in a guise or place I did not expect. This man reminded me of the soul-deep satisfaction that comes from generosity. In his alternate way of life, which I had judged to be a life of privation, this man has established presence and relationship. He demonstrates compassion and connection. I was startled to realize how much I had assumed about this person based on my own insecurities. Now when I pass him, I see him as he is and continue to greet him with blessings. He's not my only teacher. When I arrived in New York City some years ago, I remember coming out of the train at 23rd Street and seeing a different, raggedly dressed man sitting by the turnstiles holding a sign which said, "I am not invisible." I stopped. Like most other people, I was in the midst of my rush, racing to get to class, my mind on my destination and not seeing what was directly in front of me. Or maybe I didn't want to see what was directly in front of me, to see someone needy, alone, someone who makes me uncomfortable, makes me think, if circumstances were different, that could be me. This man with his sign made of torn cardboard and a marker, he made me stop and see him, to confront what is painful, uncomfortable, real. That is life, really. We encounter easy and comfortable parts of daily life and also the reality of difficult, uncomfortable challenges. In our hospital community, this is daily life also. Every day we encounter people who are ill, in pain, uncomfortable. Maybe we meet people who have suspicion and mistrust based on past experiences. I see people who are angry and frustrated, who feel unseen, unloved. As a chaplain, I make sure to let them know they are not invisible. It is my joy to say, I see you. I am staying near you in this experience of pain and suffering. You are not alone. There are reminders everywhere to take note of each other in our lives and communities. May we all find ways to be present for each other, to notice who is in front of us, and give kindness and respect to those people we encounter. May all beings be happy, peaceful, and well.